Hello, my name is Featherstone-Priester, and this is the audition video you requested. I will begin by singing an excerpt from the song Daryl is a Boy and He Lives in My Closet by Mitchell Mitnik. I will next be performing a monologue from the play Barefoot in the Park by Neil Simon, and then a piece from The Diviners by Jim Leonard. I will then do the cold readings that you sent me, beginning with the Willa Cather monologue and finishing finally with the super Sickly Slug monologue. Thank you for your time. Daryl is a boy and he lives in my closet. He is not imaginary and he's really cute. Daryl is a boy and he lives in my closet, and I lured him there with cookies and some juicy fruit. One time, I tried to kiss him. I said one kiss and you can go. But Daryl, I know I miss him. He gave a peck. I said, I know, I swear, but you can't go. I slammed the door shut. No, Paul, I don't like you when you're like this because it's not you. I want the old Paul back. He's not a fuddy-duddy. He's strong and dependable, and he takes care of me. Tells me how much money I can spend and protects me from people like you. And I just want to let him know how much I love him, and that I'm going to fix everything around here, just the way he likes it. Ugh, get those worms away from me. I am not about to let them touch me. Well, how come? Because I don't like worms, that's how come. Ugh. If it was up to me, this preacher'd be out here himself, digging them up and sticking them in the can. I mean, who ever heard of a man asking you to go fishing and then making you do all the work? Well, worms wouldn't bother me so much. See, it's just that, well, they used to be able to walk. It's true, Jenna May. Don't you guys read the Bible? My name is Willa Cather. When I was your age, I moved from Virginia to Nebraska. Such a big move would be a shock to anyone, but it was especially shocking in 1883. I felt as if we had come to the end of everything, like I was jerked away from the woods and hills and thrown out in a country as bare as a sheet of iron. We had very few American neighbors. They were mostly Swedes and Danes, Norwegians and Bohemians. I liked them from the first. The old women especially understood my homesickness and were kind to me. Even if they spoke very little English, they somehow managed to tell me a great many stories about the old country. I used to ride home in the most unreasonable state of excitement. I always felt as if they told me so much more than they said, as if I had actually walked in their shoes. After I moved to New York, I reconnected with a wonderful friend who grew up near me. We agreed that no one who had not grown up in a little prairie town could know anything about it. Our reminiscing kept returning to a central figure, a bohemian girl whom we had known long ago and both admired. One of my most famous books, My Antonia, is the story of this bohemian girl, as seen through my friend Jim's eyes. Here's an excerpt from My Antonia. Much as I liked Antonia, I hated the superior tone that she sometimes took with me. She was 4 years older than me, to be sure, and had seen more of the world, but I was a boy, and she was a girl, and I resented her protecting manner. Before the autumn was over, she began to treat me more than an equal. This change came about from an adventure we had together. One day, Antonia suggested we stop at the prairie dog town and dig into one of the holes. We were examining a big hole with 2 entrances when I heard Antonia scream. She was standing opposite me, pointing behind me and shouting something in Bohemian. I whirled around, and there it was, on one of those dry gravel beds, the biggest snake I had ever seen. He twitched and began to coil slowly. He was not merely a big snake. I thought he was a circus monstrosity. He lifted his hideous little head and rattled. I saw his coils tighten. Now he would spring. Spring his length, I remembered. I ran up and I drove at his head with my spade, struck him fairly across the neck, and in a minute, he was all about my feet in wavy loops. Antonia came after me, crying, "Oh, Jimmy, he not bit you? You sure? Why you not run away when I say?" "Well, why did you jabber bohunk for? You might have told me there was a snake behind me." "I never know you was so brave, Jim," she went on comfortingly. "Now we take that snake home and show everybody. Nobody ain't seen in this country so big snake like you kill." She liked me better from that time on, and she never took a supercilious air with me again. I had killed a big snake. I was now a big fellow. I won many awards for my writing, including the 1922 Pulitzer Prize. I was successful when I started writing about what was close to my heart. I like to think I make art with my writing. Thank you for listening to me. I am the super sickly slug, and I have now used my new and improved freezing photo flash to give you a brain freeze and immobilize your body. So, it was me who took that photo of your mother. Then I dropped my little leeches all over her brain to suck out her memory and motivation. She was healthier as a slug than a movie star. Nobody can be that thin and healthy. We should all stop trying to look like movie stars. The slug has the perfect body shape. Gooey, soft, plump, and no muscle definition at all. Don't you see how long I have waited for this? My friends and I were slowly slugifying all the children. None of them are going to be sticks like my mother. I'm going to sick my leeches on you and take away your memory. And soon, you too will turn into slugs. As for these kids, I don't need leeches to brainwash them. Kids are easy to convince to join me. Forget the choose my plate model, kids. This is all the guidance you need in eating. The plentiful pastry platter. You should eat as much of the 6 dessert groups as you can, each and every day. Cookies, cakes, donuts, pies, and towering tubs of milkshakes and soda. Don't worry about portions. Just pile on the platter and shove as much food in your mouth as you can. And forget about exercise. Sit around and do nothing. You'll be happier as slugs. I will now release all of my evil friends. Soon, every child will be more slug-like, and I will be the super slug queen.